Hi everyone. We're testing out some new software today, so I guess we will get started a little early. Okay, just bear with me here for a second. Okay. So hello everyone. Welcome to Hope Talks. If this is your first time joining us, welcome back. Or welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Sorry, my brain just got a little jumbled up there trying to do this software. If this is your first time joining us, or if you have joined us before, no matter the case, I want to thank you for tuning in. We're very happy to have you. So please make sure you leave comments. Let us know that you're here, where you're tuning in from. I'm going to take a little bit of time here just to wait for some others to join us, some other viewers. While we wait, if you could, take the time to please share this video, this live stream with your networks. We would really appreciate that. I would really appreciate that. Because I know our conversation today about holistic living, I'm really excited. I think it will be really useful for a lot of people from a variety of different walks of life. So if you are able to share our live stream, like I said, we'd really appreciate it. We want to make sure everyone can tune in. As many of you may know by now, I am Catherine Newman. I'm the Development and Communications Coordinator for Southside Center of Hope, and I will be interviewing our special guest today, Rashidat. So I'm very excited to have her here. I think that her message is going to be very helpful. As far as, the advice that she can give us on holistic living and what that means. So I guess I'll take a second, like I always do, to share a little bit about Southside Center of Hope for those of you who might be joining for the first time. Southside Center of Hope is a nonprofit recovery home for women in Chicago. We provide housing and supportive services for single women and women with children who are experiencing homelessness and are in recovery from addiction. Our agency has been in existence for over 37 years, which I think is just a testament to the power of the work that we're doing. And the impact that we're able to have on the lives of these women and the families that we serve. So, Hope Talks, what we're doing now is, I guess, trying to, a little bit more publicly highlight our partners that have made that 37 years of service possible, and to, shed light onto some of these topics that we deal with in our work that some people, maybe are not familiar with. So on the third Monday of every month at 1 p.m. Central Time, which is where we are in Chicago, we do this live chat that we call Hope Talks. And the purpose of Hope Talks, like I said, is to share community resources, to highlight some of our partners, introduce our viewers to community resources, and to have conversations about topics that impact our community. So that's why we do have a big variation of topics that we discuss. Some of them are a little heavy. Some of them are, more kind of lifestyle topics, because we do want to just, as we'll discuss later today, there is a lot that goes into living holistically. And I think that our Hope Talks kind of really embody that holistic lifestyle, kind of like the mixture and balance. So like I said, this month on Hope Talks, we'll be joined by Rashidat to discuss how to live a more holistic life. and to discuss the importance of healing your mind and your body, and how your mind and your body can impact really every area of your life. So she's got some really great advice on those topics on how to live holistically. And Rashida, she is a holistic lifestyle expert. She will get into what that means. She's also an author, a small business owner, and she is the owner of Rashida's Detox Cafe, which I'll show this when she joins as well. But I am detoxing today with some juice from Rashida's Detox Cafe. And, through her business, she's able to help people improve their health, which is something that she's very passionate about, and to implement those holistic lifestyle tactics. I know I have said holistic many times. So if you are kind of a little, confused about what that means, we are going to get into it. And I think, once you gain an understanding of it, you'll see the importance. And it really does become quite simple to apply to your life once you have a good understanding. So before I bring her in, which I'm going to do in just a minute, I just want to say thank you again for joining us today. We do really appreciate you, supporting our mission through social media. So, please like and comment and share this video. The further we can expand our network, the better for us to spread our mission. And you never know who might see this video and just really need this information, or just need access to our services that we provide as an agency. So with all that being said, I am going to go ahead and bring in Rashida. Let me see if we can get her in here. Make sure everyone can hear me. We're joining her in. Okay. Looks like the video's coming. Hi.
Hey.
How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Let's see if I can turn this up a little bit. Okay. All right. I'm great, Katie. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired today, but I was just telling them I've got my detox juice. So
Yay.
energy.
Good. I was wondering, did you get it?
Yes, I did. And I'm
good for you.
Chug it, to be quite honest. So I was just telling them, the viewers, a little bit about you, your background, as far as I know, but you probably tell that story much better than I do. So I do want to just, first off the bat, if you could just share with us a little bit about yourself, kind of what you do, and then we can get into really digging into, what it means to live a holistic lifestyle. But if you could just kind of set that baseline for us of, what you do and a little about your background.
Sure. Well, thanks. Hey, everybody. Peace. My name is Rashidat, and I am a small business owner. I run a detox cafe here in Dalton. And the detox cafe kind of happened when I wrote my first book, the 7-Day Holistic Detox. And that book sort of came from a 100-day detox fast that I went on. I went on 100 days of just juice, and I did it for sacred spiritual purposes. I was sort of leveling myself up, expanding myself, and I had some dramatic changes. And from that 100 days of just juicing, I produced a book, and it became very popular. Thank you, everybody. It was a success. And from that, people have known me as the detox queen, so from there, I, in the midst of all of that, I also do so many other things. I am a certified personal trainer. I've bodybuilt for 4 years as a vegan bodybuilding competitor. So I have a background in fitness and health. Um, I've owned my own gym, so I have some business components of me that I do know, and I'm also a recovering addict. And so all of that kind of produced the Detox Cafe, and from here I've been very successful. A lot of people really are taking heed to my message of living a more holistic lifestyle. And it's not just detoxing, it's the entire components of holistic living, the entire components of mind, body, spirit, emotional, financial, environmental. It's a lot of aspects of who we are. And I sort of teach that through, when people come into the cafe, I speak to them about, not just doing detoxing for physical purpose because we can lose weight, So that's kind of who I am. I've spoken plenty of places. I'm a certified yoga and meditation teacher. I've done yoga internationally. And so I've just brought all of that energy into my space. And now I'm here. So that's a little bit about my background, a little.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And I do a lot of the stuff that you said is, I want to dig a little bit deeper into it, but
Of course you do.
yeah, that's why we're here, right? So,
That's why we're here.
But first of all, I just want to start by talking about like, what does it mean to live a holistic lifestyle? Because in my introduction, I was using the word holistic quite a bit, and just kind of realizing that, this is something that maybe, people don't quite understand or haven't been exposed to, like,
Mm,
and I know that is what you do, is kind of that learning, offering that learning or that teachable moment for them in your
yeah,
cafe. So, for somebody who kind of is like new to this and not really, maybe they're not feeling too good, or they're trying to do some manifestation and don't know where to start. I don't even know,
yeah,
so many
yeah.
different ways that you could begin this journey. But, what does it really mean to live a holistic lifestyle, in your opinion? And, in the most simplest terms that we can, just to define it.
Simplest terms, anybody developing and engaging in developing the entire self, the mind, the body, the spirit. And that's in the simplest terms, engaging and developing not just one aspect of yourself, but the entire self. And I say the entire self is mind, body, and spirit, because from that you're emotionally stable, you're financially stable. I'm a firm believer in health is wealth. So if we just focus on those three components, the mind, the body, and the spirit, um, that is holistic living. So if, and most of us, like for me, um, I started with the physical because I was bodybuilding at first. So I thought right after out of rehab, I thought, okay, I need to get myself physically healthy. And I went into bodybuilding, but there was still that void, that it was a void, because just because I was healthy, my spirituality was lacking.
Mhm,
And I didn't feel a connection with God. I didn't feel a connection with a higher source, so to speak.
mhm,
So you know, I, I was led to going more into yoga, so, and then yoga sort of was fulfilling me in a way that I had a deeper sort of connection with this sort of power much greater than me. I felt home. I felt completed from that.
mhm,
And yoga actually led me over into the power of meditation. And meditation sort of helped me with my depression. Sort of, it helped me with, staying clean. So just having that mental strength, that mind strength to be disciplined in certain areas, it takes some mental work. So just, sort of exposing all of these areas, Katie, is definitely, it brings you to a sense of alignment with all that is.
And I think that, you know, the way that you just described it, it seems like a very natural progression kind of that you went through of, you know, trying some different things, trying some new things,
That's
um,
what it's about, girl.
noticing,
That's
you know,
yes.
gaps.
Hmm.
But it can be kind of, I struggle with starting, um,
Okay.
getting started. That's just something that I can make my to-do list. I can identify, you know, where, you know, in work, in my personal life, all these areas that, you know, could see some improvement. I can identify it pretty well, but getting started is kind of the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
Um, so I
And
wanted
I
to
think
talk about that.
okay, yeah, I think prioritizing it and not first, a lot of us judge ourselves
Mhm.
because I mean, look at social media. I mean, gosh, you're gonna, of course, it's like you're looking at all of these people and it looks good on social media. And it's like, why I'm not there yet? I'm not, so first we have to have a little bit more compassion for our journey.
Yeah.
I don't have the reason why I feel as though I am an expert is because I'm an expert in me. I'm an expert in my own personal journey. And we are all sort of experts in our own journey. Just we have to learn not to judge and have such a journey that's so rigid and have to be so forced. It doesn't have to be forced because we may miss something. So just having that compassion for yourself and just prioritizing your time. It's really that simple. It's you got 24 hours out of the day. We know we need rest. We know we have to get up and have some type of routine. You can't just get
Mhm.
up and go, so just, sort of uh, taking our time to prioritize what that looks like for you. Literally taking a sheet of paper and writing out, okay, this today I'm going to do this, this, and this, and creating it as sort of patterns throughout your day. And at nighttime, this is my evening routine. This is what
Mhm.
I do to kind of wind down. So, and eventually you'll be like, oh, I'm here. And then eventually other people are going to say, what are you doing, Katie? What's going, So I just want everybody to know it's okay. You don't have to get there overnight because it's not a
Yeah.
destination that you're reaching. It's a
Mhm.
journey. It's literally a journey. I don't have all of the answers. I have the answers up until where I'm at now,
Yeah.
and I'm still learning. So I like to say I know nothing at all because that opens up opportunity for me to bring in and receive other teachings, other
Mhm.
learning. So but we have to have a foundation for ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I'm not saying you got to go out and start reading tarot cards or talking to the moon and stars. I'm not saying that, but if that's where you want to go, try it, explore. We have this life to explore. So if you see something on social media and say, oh, I admire that person, find you in it someone that you look up to and say, oh, I admire that. And try some of those concepts.
Yeah.
Try it and see what it feels like for yourself. And then, try it. Don't try it one day and say, oh, that don't work for me. Because honestly, you're gonna have to get a little bit uncomfortable to get comfortable. A
Yeah.
lot of us,
Everything
you know
has
what I
a hard
mean?
part. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's okay. So when you're going down that holistic path and it feels a little uncomfortable, that's when you know you're doing it right.
Yep.
When it's right. If you're on a diet and you feeling like you want to go and eat something that you don't know, you're not supposed to eat, you're on the right path, girl. Do keep going. That's great. So yeah, I think we tend to judge ourselves, Katie. We
Mhm.
tend to say, well, I don't know where to start. But you start. You held that juice
Yeah.
up and like, hey, I got it. I'm just right.
I'm
And it's just
starting.
about right. Girl, you was there when you made the mindset up that this is what I want to do. You're
Mhm.
there. Now it's the fun part, unfolding that and seeing what that looks like for you. and once you figure out what that looks for you, it shows a sense of confidence, and people are drawn towards a confident woman, honey. We're drawn towards, okay, this is what I do, this is what I know, and this is works for me. It may not work for everybody, but the confidence, it gives you hope.
Mhm.
No pun intending. Intended. It gives us hope that, okay, if she can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
It may not look like what she does. My body may not look like hers, but I have my journey now. I have something to call mine. You
And I
know?
love that we keep using the word journey because I do, we talk about that a lot in our program. Our residents are, um, you know, in recovery from addiction. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
end. You are always in recovery. You are always learning. You are always growing. You are always overcoming new obstacles. And so we talk about that as a journey in itself.
Yes.
Um, and so I love that we have been using that word as well as we talk about a holistic lifestyle, because we also operate a holistic recovery program here where we're implementing a lot of those ideas um, with our residents. I say all of that, because I want to ask you a little bit about your journey.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
you have, which I,
That's a
which
loaded question,
I know
girl.
we could, I know we could probably go all day. I pretty much never stopped talking. So,
Okay.
um, we can, just, I'm interested. You've brought up your recovery a couple times. I'm very interested to hear about this bodybuilding that you do. Um,
Okay.
we don't, you don't have to share too much. I just do want to talk about, I guess kind of just what that journey looked like for you to go from, um, you know, living, I don't want to make assumptions because you haven't told me yet, but living in addiction, I would guess, based off of what you have
Mm-hmm.
said, which is
Mm-hmm.
very, very hard on your body, your
Mm-hmm.
physical and your mental health. What was that like to go from, maybe disregarding a holistic lifestyle, living the opposite of a holistic lifestyle, maybe
Right.
to, kind of freeing your mind and beginning to implement these new tactics, and then coming to be where you are today, which I'm sure, you wouldn't consider to be perfect, but much better, I would hope.
Much better. It's
Yeah.
like a 360. It's literally, and I'm sure like all of my childhood friends and the people that I used to run with, it's like, wow, who is that person? So my journey, started from when I can remember is in my sophomore year is when I kind of got heavily, I started partying, and then all
Mhm.
the way up from sophomore, all to out of high school, I just, I began using and partying. But I knew I needed to keep a job in order to keep that habit up. So
Mhm.
I was what they call functioning addict. But I knew I had a problem. So right out of high school, I think what are we, 17, 18 or something
Yeah.
around there? I can't even
Mhm.
remember. But I did that all the way up until I was about 23 years old, and I checked myself into rehab. Something was just letting me know that I was losing control. It just went on too long, and having a full-time job, I knew that I needed to stop because I was spiraling.
Yeah.
So
It's a
I
very
felt
fine
it.
line.
Yes, I started spiraling, and I was like, okay, I'm a little bit more responsible now that I have a job. I'm not in high school. I can't just use that as an excuse. Now I have to stop, and I couldn't. So I tried for years to stop on my own. I would stop, go back, stop, and I said, okay, now I need some help. So I literally, back in the day, there was phone books. So I literally picked up a phone book and just called a hotline. I just, at random. And I got to rehab. I did an inpatient rehab. And what I learned about rehab, which is so beautiful, was structure and
Mhm.
having the ability to wake up at a specific time, do certain things at a specific time. Those are the same concepts that I use to stay clean outside of rehab. I didn't just look at the therapy we went through, the group meetings and things as my healing resource. I use the fact that I didn't have structure before. That was just all over the place. And we talked about that in the beginning of our conversation, is just prioritizing the stuff that you want to start including in your life. So in rehab, we woke up at a specific time. We had, at meds at a specific, so I sort of use that same concept outside of rehab, and that's why I stayed so clean for so long. Although I had small relapses in between, it didn't go as far as spiraling back down that hole. So when in 2013, I relapsed hard, and it put me in a place where I was lost. I was judging myself. I hurt myself. And that's when I found the practice of yoga. And I promised myself that I would never do that again. And I sort of dove right into the practice of yoga. And it literally changed my life. A lot of people think yoga is just a stretching thing, and it's not. It totally connected me to me in a different way that I never knew that I could know myself. So from yoga, I did yoga all the way up until and during that time I started exercising just a little, not a lot. We dab in and out, we said, oh, I'm gonna go work out, and then you stop. So, but yoga was definitely something that stuck to me because it made me feel different, so to speak. And as an addict, we like different. It almost made me feel as though I was, in this space of, I was creating my own substance within myself.
Yeah.
I had substance. That's good. Okay, so from there, I picked up the practice of bodybuilding through my exercise journey. I had a personal trainer, and she was a bodybuilder, and she sort of introduced me to it. And I want to say, because I'm an addict, I got addicted to it, but I don't want to say that, because there's a lot of people that are addicted to bodybuilding and their physical bodies, and they're not. So, but for me, I'm gonna speak for me. It released hormones. It released these hormones that I craved, and I ended up taking first place. Yeah, I ended up taking first place 4 times in my bodybuilding career.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was amazing. But again, there was a component that when I went into bodybuilding, I sort of put yoga down because I didn't have time for it. It was all physical then. So my spiritual self kind of lacked.
Yeah.
And so when I I was getting all of these trophies, getting all of these wins, but there was this void that was missing. That was that component that I was missing. So I said, I need to sort of slow down and start picking up my practices again. And it really, honestly, every one of us have that voice within us. Some of us listen, some of us don't.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't listen sometimes, but I felt as though that it was time for a change. So I started to practice yoga again, and I actually traveled to India to get my yoga teacher certification. And I did that. I stayed there for 30 days. So when you do something for 30 days, honey, they say if you do, what is it, 30 days, it creates a habit.
Like form or break a habit. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's
like
30 days. Yeah, 21 or something like that. And it's stuck. So when I came back from out of the country, I just stopped bodybuilding. I still exercise. I just stopped bodybuilding and started to create my life around yoga, exercise. So as you can see, my holistic life is building through the journey. You get what I'm saying? So it's never like one place, like you build it along your journey. So now I had the fitness aspect. Now I'm certified yoga teacher certification. And from yoga, it opened me up to eating healthier, eating in a different way. I think I started my eating vegan in 2013 as well. So it's been about a few years
Mhm.
now. I'm vegan. So I was teaching yoga, I was still exercising, and I started eating better. So now I have the nutrition portion of it in me. And from there, I started detoxing. I said I detoxed once. I used to do the lemonade by the master cleanse a lot.
Mhm.
And I knew, and every time I cleansed, it made me feel so powerful. It made me feel so at peace. It made me feel so connected in such a divine way. So I wanted to do it more. So then that's when the 100 days came forth. I said, okay, I'm going to do this 100 days, and I want to feel this way all the time. So I did it, and totally changed my life. So as you can see, again, it's still building. Now I have the physical. Now I have the spiritual. I feel like anything spiritual is the connection with your higher self,
Yeah.
whatever that looks like. So
Mhm.
that was building. Now I have the nutrition. Now I have the detox building. Then I wrote a book about it. I said, y'all, look at what I did. Yoga, meditation, detoxing has kept me clean this long, and I'm not even thinking about drugs and alcohol. I feel good without it. I'm having natural high. You guys do it, do it, do it. Like,
Mhm.
I'm excited about it now. It's like, oh, this is holistic living. Ow, this is this is all about. So I created the 7-day holistic detox. I didn't want to do anything 100 days. I knew that that was a little bit much for the public. So I said, people can do 7 days. So in my 7-day holistic detox, I have the detoxing component, the spiritual practices,
Mhm.
the meditation, the yoga, all of it's in this one book. And I said, I'm going to teach people to do what I did in 7 days. It took me 7 years.
Yeah.
So,
But that is our responsibility. I feel like that, when you uncover something and you learn, I think it's really unfair to kind of hold on to that information.
yes,
Like,
yes,
because
yes.
I had to work really hard for it doesn't mean that you have to
You
go
have to.
struggle the same way
Yes,
that I did. So
yes.
I think that that's really beautiful that you just made that correlation. That's, something that took you 7 years, condensed into 7 days.
Seven
So
days.
people just get there just that much quicker because you know how good you feel, and we all want to
Yep.
feel that good.
And
Um,
it's just really about creating those daily habits. Just continue
yeah,
creating those daily habits. And the more and more, like I said, like we said, it takes 21 days to form a habit, 30 days to break it. So continue doing something for 21 days. If it feels good to you and you know it's serving your highest, greatest good, continue doing it. Even if you're uncomfortable, that means you're
mhm,
doing it right. Because we get into this comfortability. Now I'm comfortable here. No, if you want to change, you're going to have some level of uncomfortability. When you
yeah,
go to rehab, you have to be uncomfortable in order to get out, in order to get clean.
yeah,
Same thing in life. Same thing in life. Same thing in business. Same thing in spirituality. We talk about a lot of people talk about in the spiritual community our shadow work, our dark selves. We have to face, and we have to, So when you're when you're doing that type of work, you're going to have to be stable enough to be able to
mhm,
handle that level of comfortability. Because to be able to sometimes seeing yourself in the mirror can be the scariest thing in the world,
yeah,
girl. Like, just the reality of, okay, and especially if someone exposes that when you're not ready to, like, that can really take you back down the spiral. So it's very important for our community to see somebody that they admire and really just do what they're doing. It's like, just do what they're doing and see if it works for you. At least you know that what you're doing is a positive thing for yourself. Even if it's not working, at least you've learned something. Life is a bunch of experiences for us to learn and grow. I don't fail anymore. There's no
right.
failure anymore. You learn and you grow. That's it. That's all it is. So when you have that
Hold on, you're kind of breaking in and out here. Can you hear me? I think we've got a connection issue.
and meditate.
Hold on. Let me see. Having some technical difficulties. Let me see if I can bring her back in. Hold on.
You there?
Did we fix it?
I think we fixed it.
Yay! Okay.
Okay, great. Okay.
Woo! That was a first time for me that I've had that.
That's
I
okay.
can stop the stream for a second. But I did want to segue to a new topic because I really want to talk about detoxing.
Yes.
We've mentioned it. You have the 7-day holistic detox. And I mean, to be honest, like I drink fresh juices, here and there. I've made some juices myself at home. But as far as like doing a detox, I have never. So I'm very interested to hear, what does that really mean to detox our bodies? And why is that something that we should be thinking about?
Especially right now, we should be thinking about it. So we tend to make not so good decisions about the things that we eat. We tend to make not so good decisions about the things that we listen to, our relationships and our environments. So detoxing isn't just a physical thing. It leads you, of course, you start physical, but it leads to other things and other aspects of your life holistically. When I say detoxing is really looking at your life and realizing the toxic things in your life that you have to sort of detoxify.
Mm-hmm.
So there's toxins in the air, there's toxic music, there's toxic relationships, there's toxic food that destroys our little bodies. These beautiful bodies that we have in this one lifetime. We want to take care of them. We want to nurture them. We want to do everything that we possibly can to keep it in a space where it's constantly working for us instead of against us.
Mm-hmm.
So I use detoxing as a means of healing, the damage that we've done. So we can do, like, detoxing is more or less, it's just creating a space of purifying yourself, getting yourself into a purified state. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. I can.
Yeah, in a purified state. I thought you stopped for a minute. Getting us into this purified state where we can have more clear thoughts. We can have better environments and better relationships. And when you detox the body, it eliminates certain things that you've been putting into your body, and not just in your mouth, what you've been seeing and what you've been hearing. So I use it as a means of healing holistically,
Mm-hmm.
not just physically. So, and I don't want people to think detoxing has to be so extreme either, like taking teas that's really aggressive to the body. We don't need to do that. We just need to make better decisions about the things that we eat. Now we can do it in juicing, we can do it in raw foods, we can do it in just drinking water. Just giving that and our bodies honestly detox when we go to sleep. It's a natural process that the body does. But if we're putting garbage in our bodies every single day, guess what? Your decisions about your life is going to be sort of garbage. And then you're gonna, what we intake is what our external experiences is going to sort of be. So if you're intaking a lot of refined sugars and highly fatty foods and things of that nature, then we're destroying what God gave us and it can be slow or fast process, but depending on where you are. But we want to just take care of it a little bit better. And I use that process of detoxing to help us eliminate things that we've been doing to ourselves and love ourselves a little bit better.
And how can detoxing, I just want to bring this up because it's so relevant. We're kind of all on the edge of our seats with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Sure.
How can detoxing or, even further, like living a more holistic lifestyle, how can that help us right now? If you think that it could, I'm assuming.
Oh, it definitely can, because detoxing helps us have this moment of clarity. It clears our minds. And the main thing about it, it increases our frequency, our vibration. We are energy people. When you listen to good music, it makes you feel good. So when you intake and when you are intaking healthier foods, it's going to make you feel good. So right now, there's a lot of depression going on. There's a lot of overdosing going on. There's a lot of things that's going on. Right. So if we have a little bit better control over what we're intaking, and using the power of detoxing to sort of increase your frequency, increasing your frequency helps with healing. It helps with dis-ease. It helps with depression. It helps with having a better a conversation with God. It helps us with everything. So right now during this pandemic, a lot of us are at home and we're watching things on TV. We don't have any routine. We don't have any structure. So I think it's highly beneficial for us right now to just, it's all about vibration, increasing your frequency in order to combat negativity.
Yeah. And I think right now we have a lot of really valuable opportunities to implement some new hobbies or, just lifestyle, just to kind of change our lifestyle. I mean, when are you ever again going to have, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and with everything to be closed, and all you have to do is, be with yourself and learn how to enjoy it. Which I think I've been trying to kind of phrase, the way that I talk to myself, and think of my time like that. This is an unprecedented time. It's a little scary. I struggle with anxiety pretty heavily. But when I think about it like that, when am I ever going to have this free time, and I don't feel pressure to go out to eat and spend, an obscene amount of money on food that's not good for me, or to go out, and do these things, or, I really just, am thankful for that time I get to spend with myself right now. I have to find ways to keep myself busy, and it ends up being things that I really love doing.
That
I wasn't making time for.
Yes.
So I think that that's something that, we could all be grateful for. Yeah. Just switching your mindset a little bit, because we are in control of ourselves and our minds, even though it doesn't feel like it all the time.
Yeah. this pandemic has exposed a lot of us, and it kind of exposed where we are, because some people don't even know what it feels like to have a relationship with themselves because they've
Yeah.
been workaholics or whatever holics, you know. So to actually be with yourself, a lot of us don't even know what that feels like. What does that look like? Who am I? Because
Right.
we've been sort of robotically going throughout our days. And now it's kind of like, stop, stay at home. It's like, wait a minute, wait, what do I do with my time now?
Right.
Which is okay, because it's okay to be in a space of it's almost an innocent space. Now you have this opportunity to have fun, do everything, to figure out what it is that you like. And what's so beautiful about these times are everything, the resources are right here. You asked me, I think earlier, a question about where do you start? Start anywhere right now.
Yeah.
Right now, everything is easily accessible to the resources are here now. Pick one. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's just pick one. Have fun with it. Don't, it's all in a change of perspective, Katie. It's almost like, how you said it's almost scary. But for somebody like me, this is fun because now I get to explore. Now I'm forced to do something different. And
Yeah.
that's fun for me because now I'm in a place of creating what that looks like, whatever I want to do now. So have fun with the exploring who you are, especially during this time. And the best way to get into that space of knowing who you are is be still. Enjoy the power of being still in meditation. Prayer, you talk to God. Meditation, you listen to God. Take an opportunity to be still every single day. And I promise you, stillness along with a detoxed body, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about alignment, peace, less stress,
Yeah.
less self-sabotaging. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And if you consistently do that, so much comes from it. So don't be afraid during these times. This is the time where you're exposed to see all of this bad stuff that you've been eating. It's okay. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And don't judge yourself. Now it's time to just change. Okay, let's start day by day. Just like how in rehab, one day
Bit of
at
time.
a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. One day at a time.
So, I feel like I want to be, very, very pointed with one of my, well, probably like my third to last question for you.
Okay.
Because we have been, I feel like, having this really wonderful in-depth conversation about living a holistic lifestyle. In the beginning, I asked you to like very simply define for me what that means. And so I want to kind of come back around to that to again think of the people who are just becoming exposed to this idea and wanting to begin implementing it in their life. And we talk about living a holistic lifestyle is your mind, body, and spirit, taking care of your mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
Can you, and this might be difficult, maybe it'll be easy for you, but
Okay.
can you maybe just identify like kind of a simple way that we could begin
Yep.
to heal and grow in each of those three areas, mind, body, and spirit? What's
Yep.
something that we could just quickly do every day that would
Every day.
develop those in those three areas?
Okay. Every single day, meditate. If you practice meditating every single day, you have all of the answers within you. The universe lies within you. So first of all, it's free.
Mhm. Most important.
It's free 99. It's seriously, that's the first thing that you must do. And your prayer available in the forefront every single day, and God will lead your path. Trust that, and that's all you have to do, baby. Now, if again, now you can add stuff to that. Meditation, start making a smooth, start taking away one meal a day, and take one meal away and drink a smoothie every single day. That's something simple. It's very affordable. Get you some frozen fruit in the frozen section and start making you some frozen smoothies every single day, because those type of raw foods will increase your frequency. So meditate, have you a smoothie a day instead of having whatever meal that is. You can change your breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It doesn't matter. That's all you have to do, and watch your entire life begin to unfold naturally. Now, again, we can continue adding to that. Start moving your body. Right now, go to YouTube and look up meditations, free right there. You can look up exercise, 20-minute exercise. You can look up low impact exercise. Start implementing those things every single day. And you know, I'm a challenge girl. I like challenges. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm going to join the challenge, you know, so because at heart, I'm a little bit of a competitor. I like to compete sort of within myself. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you can't do it for 30 days. I bet you I can, you know, sort of having those conversations with yourself. And of course, even if you don't, if you fail, it's the process of going through it, the mindset of going through it. Even if you don't get to where you want to go, you started. And that is the first step. It don't matter how many times you fall down 11 times, you get up 12, honey. And that, you know, like I said, again, if you fail, it's never a failure. It's a learning or growing. It's all perspective. So immediately, let's recap that. Immediately right now, get you a meditation and prayer routine available. Secondly, start changing one of your foods to a green smoothie. Let's just say a green smoothie. And green smoothie, all you gotta do is go to YouTube, green smoothie recipe. That's the beauty of being at home in this pandemic. Everything is right there in our hands for free. Now, a lot of people come to me because a lot of the things that I do, everybody can do right in their homes. So you pay for convenience, just like how you said, I used to make juices, Katie. You pay for convenience. You don't have time, which is okay. And that's right. Some people just don't have the time to do it, which is okay, because you got me to do it. You know, that's totally fine. But so have your smoothie, and then move your body. Just move. I'm not saying do some hard impact movements. You can just go for a walk around. I remember when I went to rehab for 30 days, we didn't exercise. All we did was walk. At the end of the day, we just walked. I lost so much weight just walking. Just with the structure of doing it every single day at this specific time, I lost weight. Walking. It's free. You don't have to go to the gym. You can walk around your house. You can, and of course, if it's cold outside, like where I'm living at, it's cold. Invest in yourself and get you a treadmill or a bike. Something that's very low impact. You don't have to start your exercise or your movement routines so forceful. It doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't.
And I think that goes a lot into, like, you know, not comparing yourself to others.
Don't judge yourself. And that's, you know, and it's unfortunate, but that's what the social media it does for us. It definitely has us. I mean, I do. I be looking like, their marriage is beautiful. You know, so,
Good for
you know, why
that.
don't I have, you know, so I mean, but yeah, it's just, you know, it's part of it, but again, the more and more you're closer to yourself, the quicker and quicker you can catch those moments of defeat, catch those moments of those self-talk moments of not being in your power. And we want to be in our power. So getting to know ourselves, and a lot of people, and I'm not going to say everybody, don't know what we want. What is it that you
Right.
want?
And identifying that is really, I think when we talk about getting started, that's an important part of that. Getting started,
Yes.
is having a vision for yourself, because
Yes.
you can, put all this work into, yourself and your career. But if you don't have goals, if you haven't identified your goals and where you want to go, you're just going to be fighting forever and not really know what
Yeah.
you're fighting for. So I think I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that is something that's really important that we haven't talked about yet. It's just knowing what
Yeah.
you want.
What you want. And you know what? Knowing what you want today. It may change next week,
Yeah.
but at least we have some type of core foundation of what you want. And it's really when, because I've done a lot of spiritual work within myself and done some healing work in myself. And it's not necessarily what we want, it's how we want to feel. And if you continue going and continue feeding yourself with things that make you feel a specific way, you'll start attracting those things to you. So instead of you working for the universe is sort of working for you. If you stay in that frequency, if you stay in that vibration of, you want to continue creating abundance, financial abundance. I want to feel abundant and powerful. So guess what? If you continue to feel that way and continue to affirm that every single day, the universe is going to conspire to give you those type of experiences to make you feel that way. So if you want to feel at peace, when you think of something that makes you at peace, and always think of that, so that you can continue drawing that sort of energy within yourself, so that you can begin attracting those things to you. And then it's not necessarily what you want, it's, I'm feeling how I want to feel. So allowing whatever opportunity that's coming up to enter into your space, because you know that you are vibrating at that space of how I want to feel. The universe will give you these relationships, these opportunities for you to feel that way emotionally. So this is now going into the emotional part of holistic living. You want to feel a specific way, because women, we are feelers, we're emotional. So you think of things that make you feel good every single day, and catch yourself when you're not doing that, because we stay in that, oh, I can't believe this, oh, it hurts so bad, oh, it's yeah, if you continue affirming that out of your mouth, guess what? You're going to start attracting that. So be careful. And again, if you see yourself doing that, maybe it's time to detox. Maybe it's time to get off of social media for a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to let go of those relationships that's not making you feel the way you want to feel. Let them go, and have confidence in yourself that you will attract the feelings and opportunities that is for your highest and greatest good.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, another thing that we probably could touch on with regard to that is just, something that gives me a lot of security when I kind of feel like I'm fighting for my life at times.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, just that idea that, what's meant for you will always be for you. So if if you really are true to yourself, like you said, define what you want, be the best version of yourself, affirm yourself, stay positive, stay focused, stay moving forward, pick yourself up. You're gonna get to the place you're supposed to be at.
Without a doubt.
Because
And
it's
you're going to
always
be
gonna be
protected.
there.
Yes, yeah, it's there right now, waiting on you, actually.
Right, just waiting. We just have to do the work,
You have to do the work.
which is the hard part, but
Well, again, that's perspective. It can be easy if you allow it to be.
you make it sound very easy.
But it definitely can. It honestly, it can be. Certain things, of course, will have you challenging yourself, but it's not hard. It's just challenging. It's something
Right.
new. It's like learning how to walk again. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got to learn how to walk this. Okay, allow this to let me fall down and let me get back up and see. Okay, let me fall down again and get back up. You're
And I'm like
strengthening
you, I like
yourself.
a challenge. I get bored
I
very easily.
do. I mean, of course, I like stuff to come easy, but those things that come easy is just a reflection of who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's okay to have a little challenge. It's okay. It can be a little challenging. I hate to say hard because it's really, it's just something new you're learning. And if you really understand and know, because knowledge is power. If you know that what you're doing, even though it's challenging, you know what you're doing is going to serve you, then it's okay that it's a challenge. You know what I mean? So, oh, okay, I got to go through it. It's fine. It's almost an initiation process.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but just, it's kind of like a rite of passage.
Yes. Yes.
You don't get to just show up and just have it. You gotta
you gotta do a little bit of work, honey.
You gotta prove that you want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are getting a little close to our time here. The last thing I wanted to talk about was, the cafe for a little bit, because I have my juice and I also have my lunch here. A nice salad.
Yay. Okay.
Smells so good. I'm so excited to eat it.
You are going to love that.
I already know, just from
that's our yogi bowl. So. That's our yogi bowl. So for people that don't know what she's eating, we have a yogi bowl that's here. It's sauteed mushrooms and onions. It's portable, and this is a fully alkaline meal. So any inflammation that's in your body when you're eating that, it's going to help balance your pH. So no acid, and without any acid in your diet, you won't create mucus, which creates disease. So that's for one, perfect that you're eating that. And it's sauteed mushrooms, quinoa, and massaged kale. That's what you're eating there. And she's also drinking our Mucous Buster. Our Mucous Buster is orange, pineapples, and grapefruit with cayenne pepper and turmeric. Yes.
The juice is very, very good. I'll say that.
Thank you.
Try not to, when I'm on Zoom, I try not to drink water or anything. I feel like it's distracting, but this whole time I've had this in my hand right here, like, oh, just take a drink. It's okay. I really want to drink it. Like I've been just thinking about it, staring at it. But and the bowl, I wish that everyone could smell the bowl too, because when I just took the lid off of it, like, it's, sometimes when healthy food, at least when I make it at home, one of the things that I find is that, it doesn't have that like rich, savory flavor that I love from, cheese and bread and all the that I crave and miss, but this smells so savory. And I know mushrooms are a great meat substitute.
It is, especially when you're transitioning to a more plant-based diet, for sure. Is there a white sauce in there, Katie?
Yeah.
Don't do that white sauce. I forgot you were allergic to nuts. Get that out of there.
I am definitely.
Yeah, get that out. I'm glad that you picked that up. I was like, wait a minute. No, take that out. Take that out. Take that out. You're like, that's our Brazilian nut cheese. You poured it all on there. Oh my God.
Yeah,
don't do the cheese, honey.
Somebody for that one. But tell me a little, because this is what I have. But what else is available at the cafe? I mean, are you doing like the, I would assume like the 7-day cleanses,
Oh yeah,
can can
we have
people come in
products too.
and you can like advise them? I think that's kind of what
Mhm,
I would be interested in. Like, could I just come there
mhm.
and you can just help me
You
figure
could just
out?
come here. Yep, you can come here, and I kind of educate my staff because I can't be everywhere. So I kind of
Yeah.
educate
Oh yeah.
myself. So even if you can't see me, my staff is educated on holistic living, detoxing. So we have all kinds of detox. We have 1-day detoxes, we have 3, we have 5, we have 7-day, we have 14 days, and we also have custom detoxing. So a lot of people uh, they watch my journey and they want to go deeper. So they feel if they go longer, it'll create a deeper process, deeper healing. So you'll have to set up an appointment with me on custom detoxing. So you'll just come in and just, place schedule a time with me personally, and I'll look at your life and sort of take your life into my hands and kind of help you. And of course, I do it in a holistic way. So I don't just give people detoxes, and especially if you have some ailments that you're dealing with, I do have a registered nurse on my staff that you'll have to go and see, so that I'll know exactly what I can and cannot give you. I'm not versed on all of the deeper um, uh, the people that has existing
Yeah.
diseases or things like that. I'm not. My the people that come into my cafe, they know about holistic living, they know about detoxing. There's not much going on with them with their bodies, but they just want to start the process. So I do have that a registered nurse on staff that you can go to separately if you're doing some custom work with me. We also sell my books. We also sell sea moss, which is very, very popular right now because it's a superfood. We sell sage. We sell, I have a power blend that I sell. We have soups. We have everything on our menu is sort of detoxifying. It's either alkaline, detoxifying, or very, very healthy. We don't sell fried food. We don't sell, sugary sweets or anything like that. Everything here is just straight. You want to live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my staff members.
I know. Can you just tell us, we're close on time. I'm going to let you go. I'm not going to keep talking your ear off, but can you just tell us, the address where
Yeah,
where the cafe is located, maybe like any kind of contact information or pages that you would suggest
absolutely,
interested folks to
absolutely.
follow you?
Absolutely. So I'm located in Dalton, Illinois. I'm in the south suburbs. I'm right off of 147 Sibley. I'm located 14900 Greenwood Road. I'm located inside a fitness center. So most people always get lost whenever they come here. They're like, where are you? So I'm inside another building. So you have to come into 14900 Greenwood, and I'm located in Melanie's Fitness Center. Um, and we're open from 11 until 3 for now, because I don't know what Lori gonna
Yeah.
do, but we're open from 11 to 3, and we highly suggest you call or place an order online, which you'll go to RA Detox Cafe, which is Rashidat's Detox Cafe, but radetoxcafe.com. And we'll pull right up, and you can Google Rashidat's Detox Cafe as well, and we'll come right up on Google too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, come by. You can call. The phone number here is 488. And you can, get your life.
I love it. And we'll put all that information in the comments as well, so
Okay.
everyone can have it. And if there is anything else you want to share before you go, I want to give you that opportunity, but I do also want to be respectful of your time.
Yes. I do just want to tell everybody that's out there that feels as though that there's no hope, and there is hope. If I can get myself clean, I promise you, you can too. This was not a easy thing for me, although I say it as it's easy, but this has been years that I've been building up to this. And I do want to just tell people that just have faith in yourself and believe in yourself and love yourself. And if things doesn't feel good right now, we're living in a day, you should feel good every single day. You deserve it. You are God's child. You deserve to be happy and at peace. And things don't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be hard. It can come in a peaceful and compassionate, loving way. Love yourself, love others, love the planet that you live on. We're here. We're coexisting together. So whatever you do is affecting the collective. Love yourself and be patient with yourself. Stop judging yourself. And there's resources, there's people out here to help you. Reach out. I don't care how dark, the darkest place that you can be in, there's a little light in there. And go towards that light. And I just want to be that light to other people. I want to be that hope to other people. This Just love yourself. Do everything out of love.
Well, I'm very moved. So on that note, thank you so much for sharing with us. I know I have, learned a lot from our conversation today. And I'll just say, that I do feel very empowered.
Good, Katie. Good. You can do
By
it.
you. And I know that this isn't your, you didn't invent holistic living, but you definitely embody it. And it's very empowering and moving. And I know we'll be really, well, at least I hope will be really interesting and helpful to our viewers today.
We will.
So I will let you go, but
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for
Thank
joining.
you. Of
I really
course.
appreciate it, and I can't wait to eat my.
Good. Let me know how it is. Let me know what you think about it, and get that cheese up out of there. Don't eat that cheese.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna not eat the sauce, I promise.
Yeah. Take the sauce out. But yes, thank you so much. Southside Center for Hope. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna be working with you guys in the near future too.
I can't wait.
For sure. And I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Whoever's out there, whoever's listening, and whoever needs me, I'm here.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Enjoy the rest of your day too. And bye, everybody.
Bye. Okay, well, hopefully, I really do. I feel so empowered by that conversation that we just had. And I'm looking forward to implementing some of her tips and advice to begin to start living a more holistic lifestyle. So hopefully you all enjoyed Hope Talks today. Thank you again to our guest, Rashida, and like I said, if you are here for the first time or if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for supporting us. Leave us a comment. If there's any topics that you're interested in hearing about, leave that in the comments. Let us know what you want to see on Hope Talks. And thank you again. We will see you next month.